Good evening with your news as simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. Police in Belmopan have detained 3 people following a report from a 23-year-old woman who was allegedly held captive and abused for 8 days by her husband and his parents. The investigation began after officers located the young woman on the streets after she escaped from her captives shortly after 7 on Wednesday night. The young woman told police that she had been held captive at the residence of her in-laws located on John Saldivar Boulevard in the Maya Mopan area of Belmopan. As officers made checks at the residence, they found the area where the young woman was being held for several days under a stairwell. She reported being physically and sexually abused, tied up, and held against her will by the 3 family members. The young woman told police that she was held captive since October 15th when she attempted to leave her husband. After seeking refuge at her parents' home and finding no one there, she was forced to return to her in-laws' house. There, her father-in-law, a Guatemalan pastor, allegedly tied her up and locked her in a small space under the stairs of the home. Over the next few days, she was reportedly assaulted and sexually harassed by the pastor. She was also deprived of food, surviving on chips given to her by her minors who also lived on the premises. During her many days of capture, the young mother, who is also reportedly pregnant, was left in her own excrement with no access to a shower or a change of clothes. At the time of her discovery, she had severe wounds to both her hands and feet. She was taken to the hospital where she remains tonight recuperating from the nightmare she endured. The trio, including her husband, mother-in-law, and father-in-law, tonight remain in custody facing charges of kidnapping, assault, and a slew of other offenses.
Received the information that the young lady on the 16th of this month went to visit her family, but when she got there, she couldn't find her family. And upon returning home to where her husband lived, she was tied up and kept captive under inside stairs, and she was tied up. She managed to escape from them last night, and the police encountered her. She has since made a report, and the person in custody is the person in question is in police custody at this time.
And if this case wasn't already horrifying enough, a leaked audio from the police department has made it to the public where an officer reveals shocking claims made by the pastor that his daughter-in-law was possessed by demons and that is why she was locked up. According to these reports, the pastor claims the young woman was screaming at his son, telling him that she was going to leave him, leading the deranged pastor to believe that she was possessed. During her captivity, the pastor allegedly attempted to carry out an exorcism. In the recording, the officer also raises concern about the condition in which the victim was found after more than a week of torture. While neighbors did not wish to speak on camera, they did tell our media colleagues in Belmopan that the pastor is self-proclaimed and only has his family attending his church. He is described as a malicious person who many in the community feared, as he would oftentimes kill animals who wandered into his yard. The neighbors said they did not hear anything out of the ordinary during the time the young woman was held captive, as the family was known to play loud music often. This horrific case, according to Police Commissioner Chester Williams, brings to light the greater issue of domestic violence in Belize, which oftentimes go unreported.
Many women are out there who are living abusive life, and they are afraid to come forward and speak, simply because in many instances the abuser is the money earner in the house, and they fear losing that income, and because of that they don't report these cases. But again, we try to encourage women and men who are victims of domestic violence. So please come forward and see what we can do to be able to help them. The government have many programs through the Ministry of, through the Women's Department, through the Ministry of Human Development. They can assist in trying to see what can be done to address these issues.
As the festive season approaches, Belizean households are experiencing a growing frustration, empty sugar containers, and dwindling supplies in local supermarkets. This issue, which has persisted for several months, is compounded by the rising demand for sugar during the holiday season, leading to concerns over availability for consumers. The root of the problem lies in the illicit trade that has resulted in significant quantities of sugar being sold on the black market, primarily to neighboring Guatemala and Mexico at inflated prices. Reports suggest that contrabandistas are undercutting local retailers, creating a gap that has left some Belizeans scrambling to secure this essential commodity. In response to the ongoing sugar crisis, Belize Sugar Industries (BSI) recently proposed a pre-packaging local sugar initiative aimed at ensuring a reliable supply of sugar for local consumption. This solution is intended to combat the black market trade and make packaging sugar readily available to consumers. Sean Chavarria, Finance Director of BSI ESR, provided an update on the company's proposal during an interview today.
We are yet to receive a full response on it, or at least an official response from government. We had invited the media a few weeks ago to demonstrate to the wider public what it is as an option we are prepared to offer. We've seen public comments from both the Minister of Agriculture and the Prime Minister that I think both of them are acknowledging that, especially with brown sugar that hasn't moved for 23 plus years, that at some point a change has to happen, and the idea of packaging is good. I suppose it's a matter of when Cabinet will really sit, discuss, evaluate, and make a decision on it. But we maintain that it's a viable option. It's something that would be good for the country, not only from the smuggling standpoint, but from a quality standpoint. You'll have a very good packaged product that meets all the food safety standards, not only for Belize, but worldwide, because we are currently exporting this product. So we think it's a good option, and we do hope that government gives it a favorable consideration.
Do you know when we can get some timeline for implementation?
Really, it all depends on government. As soon as they give us the green light, and once the crop starts, we will be in a position to start with this. So everything really hinges on when government provides a response.
So since then, they haven't written back to you to ask any particular questions or concerns regarding the proposal?
No. We had an initial meeting probably back in May. They asked us some questions and provided some responses to that, and we submitted those. So that's where.
The BSI's initiative highlights the urgent need for cooperation between the government, local producers, and law enforcement to combat the illegal sugar trade and ensure fair pricing and availability for all Belizeans. Sugarcane farmers in northern Belize are facing an alarming crisis as their crops show signs of a rampant fusarium infection characterized by the yellowing of leaves and wilting stalks. With the disease resurfacing in an unprecedented manner this year, agricultural experts are warning that, if left unchecked, it could spell disaster for the local sugar industry, crucial to Belize's economy. Fusarium, a fungal pathogen known to affect various crops worldwide, has previously been documented in Belize, but is now alarming in its widespread presence across the cane fields. The implications could be devastating for the sugar production sector, which is a significant contributor to the nation's agricultural output and employment. The Belize Sugar Industries BSI has acknowledged the severity of the situation. Olivia Carballo Aviles, cane farmers relations manager at BSI ESR, indicated that reports of fusarium infections are emerging from various cane fields, including their own, prompting urgent intervention strategies.
The fusarium that has been recently detected in sugarcane at the moment, as the experts have commented, BSI was able to bring in 2 experts, one from Florida and one from Mexico, who have experience with this fungus. Last week we did an intensive run through of the cane fields that are being affected. We're creating a map to detect where these cane fields are. And no, BSI at the moment has very few fields affected, but we are very concerned about the cane fields of the sugarcane farmers. So it is our business. At the end of the day, we're going to receive this cane at the mill. And one of the key things is going to be the cane quality coming from these fields that is going to really affect the grinding because it's losing sugar. And so that means that we're going to have more molasses, more reducing sugars, and it's going to take a lot to process. So we're trying to prepare for that internally at the factory, but we're also trying to help the farmers to monitor what's going on because we're all new to this. And so we're joining forces with the task force that CIRDI is leading. And so all these sugarcane farmers associations are in that task force along with BSI, and we're going to give CIRDI and the government as much information and support as we can.
The fields that are affected by BSI or for BSI, are they being destroyed or is something addressed the situation?
There are a number of things that the experts have left in terms of recommendation. It's about, yes, we have to quarantine those fields, and we are making sure that those fields that we have at BSI, that the machinery is being sanitized. And even the machinery that we're using in Corozal, for example, is being sanitized when coming. There are a number of fungicides that have been identified, biological materials to protect the cane that is for next crop season. And we have a whole number of things that can be done, the recommendations. And so we are doing a full first monitoring so that we can understand the situation easily or better, and we can advise farmers and help CIRDI to create a strategy.
The Belizean government, alongside agricultural organizations, is expected to step up efforts in awareness and education to help farmers identify and mitigate the fusarium threat. The new leadership of the United Democratic Party under Tracy Panton has made it clear once more that they are rejecting Shine Barrow's proposal to form a coalition. In a decisive response to a recent proposal made by former leader Honorable Moses Shine Barrow, the United Democratic Party, UDP, has publicly rejected any notion of compromise that undermines its recent leadership's transition. During a public interview, Barrow suggested that he might refrain from running candidates in key constituencies such as Colette, Albert, and Queen Square in exchange for maintaining a position within the party's leadership. The UDP has deemed this offer as unacceptable. For context, here is Barrow's comment.
This is not where we want to be. One of the options that people have thrown out is that maybe there could be some type of coalition with the Alliance for Democracy Party, similar to UDP and the NABR with Manuel Esquivel and Philip Golson. So maybe we wouldn't contest in the 3 seats that we currently have, that were elected under the UDP.
Queen Square, Colette, Albert.
Yes, so that is a possibility that had been thrown out there.
But then how can you have...
No, I said a coalition.
Yeah,
so they would be the Alliance for Democracy. Well, they would have to accept that they are the Alliance for Democracy Party.
Claims that she's the leader of the UDP, sir.
Well, those false claims will not get them anywhere, and if she continues with her false claims, then we'll do what we have to do as far as finding candidates. But I'm just telling you that that has been thrown out there, and my colleagues and I are not adverse to some type of coalition. But we have not. We're going to have an MPC, a central executive. And we'll ventilate the matter and decide what is the best way forward.
The UDP's Unity National Convention held on October 28, 2024 was a pivotal moment in the party's history, marking the election of Honorable Tracy Panton as the new party leader through what is deemed as a legitimate and democratic process. In its official statement, the UDP emphasized that Barrow's proposal represents an attempt to challenge the democratic decisions made by party delegates and to sidestep the stipulations of the party's constitution. The UDP's path towards is one of unity, transparency, and integrity, stated a representative of the party. We will not entertain any efforts to create factions or side deals that compromise our future. Mr. Barrow's reluctance to cede his post, despite the overwhelming mandate for change, cannot dictate the direction of the UDP. The UDP highlighted its commitment to moving beyond internal conflicts and focusing on rebuilding and strategizing for the upcoming general elections. Under the leadership of Honorable Tracy Panton, the party aims to rally both standard bearers and all members to ensure the UDP is well positioned to serve the people of Belize effectively. The party urges its supporters and delegates to maintain unity and to resist any backroom dealings that could jeopardize the trust and cohesion within the party. There is no room for personal interest or political games when it comes to the future of our party, the statement concluded. Of note is that Barrow's faction of the party are threatening litigation, saying in a statement that there is established case law that protects against passing off as our political party and warns media houses against disseminating false information that could also lead them to be sued. Coming up next, BSI ASR unveils Smart Grow Initiative, a digital leap for Belize's sugarcane industry. Stay tuned.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize!
Hey there, smart thinkers! We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speeds flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
I know I can't leave this plan. I can't leave this plan.
Today, a significant step was taken towards enhancing Belize's sugar industry as Belize Sugar Industries, alongside key stakeholders, gathered at the CAMJC auditorium for the launch of the Smart Grow initiative. This program aims to revolutionize sugarcane production in Belize, offering innovative solutions for stakeholders to make informed decisions and ultimately increase yield. Elmer Cornejo has the details of this exciting new initiative and what it means for the future of sugar production in our nation.
The Belize Sugar Industries BSI has officially launched its innovative Smart Grow platform, a digital initiative aimed at promoting collaboration and sustainability among stakeholders in the crucial sugarcane industry, which has played a key role in Belize's economy. The initiative, which has been in pilot testing since 2018 with funding from the Compete Caribbean Partnership Facility amounting to $350,000, seeks to ensure economic viability in an era marked by climate change. The Smart Grow platform was created to provide a blockchain solution that guarantees economic sustainability for cane farmers and the entire supply chain. According to Olivia Caraballo Abeles, Cane Farmers Relations Manager at BSI ASR, with the platform already piloted, it is now ready for full implementation.
We have piloted the platform already with a group of 20 harvesting group leaders and a group of about 50 farmers. And the reviews from the youth tech coaches, because we have a youth tech coach approach where we're training farmers how to use it. And the reviews from those interactions have been really surprising. They want more. They want to add to the system. And of course, there will be that opportunity. With technology, the sky is the limit. The dream is the limit, right? And so we really want to make this system even bigger. At this point, Compete Caribbean funded this part of the project. So this is the foundation aspect, getting all the key players, piloting it. We're moving now to onboarding. So BSI and the farmer associations are working on the onboarding of farmers, the onboarding of the service providers, as well as the banks. We welcome more banks to come into the system. So yes, Compete Caribbean funded this aspect of the platform. BSI and the farmers are going to fund the onboarding. And the future really is for us to be able to execute the new Building Adaptive Capacity for Sugarcane Farmers project that is being funded by Green Climate Fund through 5Cs, the Caribbean Community Climate Change Center. And in that project, the second phase of the platform will be developed, where we then onboard and train service providers. BSI only project. It's a cluster project where the participants are BSI as lead, the 3 farmer associations, Corozal Sugarcane Producers, Progressive Sugarcane Farmers Association, Northern Sugarcane Producers Association, LICU, La Immaculada Credit Union, who was very supportive, Development Finance Corporation as well, very supportive, and Belagro as the agro-inputs providers, and of course a lot of reviews by the farmers and harvesting group leaders.
Addressing concerns about the user-friendliness of the digital platform, Carballo acknowledged the challenges posed by technology, but at the same time acknowledged that the initiative is not solely a BSI project, but a collaborative effort involving local farmers and stakeholders. Currently, approximately 5,000 cane farmers are involved in the sugarcane industry, and the 3 affiliated associations are extending their support to help farmers navigate the Smart Grow platform.
At BSI, we developed this community, a digital community that is far more than an app, but it's a platform using blockchain technology. And what this platform or community will do is to help farmers really to access timely agro credit or timely credit, access farm services, farm agro inputs, as well as key information, leverage key information that the farmers and BSI and the associations can provide into the system so that they're able to help the finance and credit people to assess them better and give them a lower interest rate, for example, a better cane payment structure. And because there is traceability, accountability in the system, and it's verifiable, so the whole platform, the whole community will really aid the farmer to increase their productivity. The key issue in the northern sugar industry of Belize is that our cane productivity is far lower than our regional counterparts, and we are at around 17 tons per acre when our regional counterparts are around 34, 35 tons per acre, and that's where we want to get. But the farmer can't do this on their own. They need assistance from services, inputs, credit, and of course the mill. Right? And it will take time for our full population to get on board. We want to start with what we call the early adopters, and we have that group, and it really is not about age. It's about interest in what the app and the platform is providing, the benefits. So we really have to increase the benefits, look at the barriers, what's causing them not to use it, or things like that. And that's one of the key things that we have done from the onset. We've looked at the barriers, increased the benefits, and looked at our key and early adopters. So we're going to get the adoption, hopefully to all 5,000 farmers. but we have to start with those that really want.
The launch event also featured insights from Shahid Osorio, sales representative at Belagro, who emphasized the potential of the Smart Grow platform to benefit the entire country.
Today we are here at the launch of Smart Grow with BSI ASR in partners with Belagro, whereby we'll be supplying all the agro inputs, mainly fertilizers and agrochemicals, to the 5,000 plus farmers in the sugar belt, right? We believe this is a very, very interesting platform due that farmers will have at their fingertips any access to any inputs they may require in the field, right? And at the end of the day, since farmers won't need cash at hand, they basically will be using credits via points that the mill will offer them. They will be able to access inputs at any given time at their desire at a fingertip, whereby we expect better productions in the field, right? Means more sugar in the northern and entire country.
To register for the Smart Grow platform, farmers must be registered cane growers. BSI is providing resources to facilitate this process, including a user-friendly manual and a forthcoming video guide aimed at enhancing accessibility for all stakeholders. For further information, cane farmers can contact BSI or their respective associations. Elmer Cornejo, CTV3 News.
The introduction of the Smart Grow initiative marks a pivotal step towards enhancing the resilience and sustainability of the sugarcane industry in Belize, ensuring that it remains a vital component of the national economy. Belize, through the Department of the Environment within the Ministry of Sustainable Development, is currently hosting a two-day national workshop to develop an action plan for environmental education in Belize. The national workshop comes as part of Belize's commitment as the current pro tempore president of the Mesoamerica Project and the Mesoamerican Environmental Sustainability Strategy, which it holds from June to December 2024. The two-day educational workshop, which is being carried out in partnership with the Mesoamerica Project Secretariat, is geared at gathering insights from institutions involved in environmental education, outreach, and stakeholder engagements.
The main purpose of having the different stakeholders and partners in here is for us to develop an environmental education plan. And so we are looking at, what that all involves. What is environmental education? How we could strengthen the different activities that we are doing. Interesting enough is that, sometimes we think that we know most of what is involved in environmental education, and then you bring in expertise and people with different experiences and skills, and you realize that you could strengthen the different activities. Right now we were there and we were listening as to the different approaches and how we could sensitize and educate our people.
Ensuring that the Belizean public is made aware of the importance of environmental protection and education, according to Deputy Chief Environmental Officer Edgar Eck, is key within this ongoing effort.
At the end of the day, it's the public that we want to reach out to. And so what we have mentioned, that all that is going to be produced are the different products that are coming out from the initiative will be made available.
The workshop will conclude on Friday with an official ceremony. The anticipation is palpable as the ambassador's band of Escuela Secundaria Técnica Mexico prepares to journey to La Ceiba, Honduras for the highly anticipated International Championship Bethel 2024, scheduled for October 26th and 27th. This prestigious event, hosted by the Bethel Marching Band of Honduras, invites marching bands from across the Americas to showcase their talents and compete in various categories. Embarking on their journey at midnight, the ambassador's marching band is keenly aware of the challenges that lie ahead.
Well, I must say that this is a very huge venture. It's one of the biggest ventures that school, as the band has decided to participate on. No? It is very challenging in terms of preparing, music that is competitive internationally against bands that are from other countries. And so in terms of music, it has been a lot of work. The band has been working through the whole year in order to keep fit, and to learn new music that like I said, to be something competitive against those huge bands from outside. But looking at the categories that this competition has, we're doing more marching style. And we call ourselves marching bands here, and so in order for us to fall into a category, we're preparing marching music, like hip hops, songs that those US bands would play. And so most of our songs fall into that because of the category. So we won't be playing cumbias and parandas and puntas in the show, but it's strictly marching music. I must say that I'm optimistic. One of the things that I've always tried to do as a band director is to have faith and try to believe in students. I have a lot of young people. Some of them have experience, some of them don't have too much experience, but we work with them. And I believe that they can do something great, right? And as we as the team that are preparing the students, we've already said just in going to this competition is a win for us to open our minds, to learn, right? For students to see how those bands sound. For me as a director to learn how those bands look and sound. So just the trip in itself to me is something. It's challenging because we have family and so different little challenges here and there. But speaking, to bring back a win, I think we have a good chance.
From the moment they received their invitation in May, the band members have dedicated themselves to intense practice, focusing on the demands of competing at an international level. Trumpeter Ariane Castaneda described her preparation as challenging but ultimately rewarding.
Well, my experience has been challenging. We have practiced a lot of hours. Usually after classes, we're sometimes very tired, but we like to push forward to do the best that we can do to make everything possible.
And has practice been interfering with school work?
Sometimes yes, but we manage a little by little with the support of our friends, our family who's always there for us, and our teachers, the staff here at ESCM. They have supported us and helped us along the way with this competition.
From the moment they received their invitation in May, the band members have dedicated themselves to intense. In addition to musical precision, choreography plays a vital role in the ambassador's marching band's routine. Frontline dancer Adeline Castaneda emphasized the importance of teamwork since the synergy formed among band members is crucial not only for their performance but also for conveying the spirit of their culture and artistry.
When we dance, we try to express all the feelings that we get. We, whenever we are dancing, we show and share our happiness, and we try to show the people what we are feeling, to share it with them. That's what we do when we dance.
And how many hours have you been putting into dancing?
We have been putting a lot of hours. After we come out from school, we start to practice like from 4:30, sometimes up to 7.
The competition will be streamed live on the Bethel Marching Band's Facebook page, allowing audiences to support the Ambassadors Band from anywhere in the world. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
This plan, I can't leave this plan. Smart Belize.
Hey there, smart thinkers. We're turbocharging your mobile experience with Smart's powered up postpaid plans. Imagine a world where your data speed flows faster than ever. Well, guess what? We've cranked up the dial and unleashed the postpaid power of Smart's lightning-fast LTE data on all our postpaid plans. That's right, no speed bumps, more data. It's like having a limitless highway of data speed at your fingertips. Whether you're a lone ranger with an individual plan or a squad rolling with a group plan, everyone gets to surf, stream, and share at enhanced, full, high-quality speed. Switch to Smart's powered-up postpaid plans today and ride the wave of postpaid power. Visit any Smart showroom or smart-bz.com for details and make your mobile experience smarter and faster. Smart, bringing people together.
No, I can't let this plan. I can't let this plan.
Minister of Agriculture, Food Security and Enterprise Jose Abelardo May and a high-level team from MAFSC with support from OIRSA continued their tour associated with the New World screwworm. The team is in Panama today visiting the COPEG facilities to get a first-hand look at the production of sterile flies used in combating the spread of Cochinua hominivorax, the New World screwworm which threatens the livelihood sector in all of Central America. The Comisión Panamá Estados Unidos para la Erradicación y Prevención del Gusano Variador del Ganado, COPEG, is the only organization that produces sterile screwworm flies to combat the spread of the pest. Currently, they are producing approximately 85 million sterile flies on a weekly basis. COPEG is financed by the government of Panama and the USDA. While Belize is screwworm-free so far, the team is looking at best practices and strategies to help keep Belize free of the pest. A new commitment of 450,000 Belize dollars from a surfwear brand Matus, the Andy Sabin Foundation, and the Global Fin Print Project aims to support shark conservation efforts in Belize's renowned Glover's Reef, Lighthouse Reef, and Turnip Atolls. As studied by Global Fin Print in 2023, highlighted these atolls as top locations for coral reef sharks, which have seen a global decline of 63%. In response to this decline, the government of Belize banned shark fishing in these areas and within 2 miles around them in 2021. The newly committed funding to be distributed over 4 years will help employ local shark fishers affected by this ban. This will provide important information to help the government of Belize ensure these protections are working, said Beverly Wade in a statement, director of the Blue Bond and Finance Permanence Unit. The funding will enable fishers to monitor shark populations using underwater video stations instead of fishing. Shark species like the nurse shark and Caribbean reef shark are significant attractions for tourists in Belize. Wade noted tourists come to Belize to experience our beautiful coral reefs, and sharks are one of the main reef animals that they love to see. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Friday, October 25th here on CTV3 News and Fiesta FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV3 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.